and welcome to the David Tomsic Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. It's Friday, May 9th, 2025. I hope you have a great weekend planned. I know I do. There's some work involved as well. But before I do that, I want to get this video out. I think it's important. What we're talking about today is Donald Trump, the president, who took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, pretty much is not doing that. Matter of fact, shirking it, destroying it, tearing it up. Now, he's gone full dictator, and I believe he's pretty much been this since day one. He's tried to hide some of it, but it's not being hidden very well. He's just trying to do whatever he wants to do, no matter what the law states, no matter what protocol is. He's testing the limits of our Constitution and basically our democracy. This is a very bad idea. This is something we can't let stand. So the bottom line with this story is that a guy named Elrego Garcia was arrested by ICE a while ago. I don't know how long ago. He and others were put on a plane and shipped off to El Salvador. Problem is there was no due process. People say he doesn't deserve due process, but he does. Everybody in the United States who's living here, who's here, will get due process. You get your day in court. You'd want that. And if you were in another country and someone improperly accused you of something, you'd want to be heard too. But in this case, that wasn't going to happen. Now, what we found out is the Trump administration or someone within it said, this is the wrong guy. We picked up the wrong guy off the street. You know this happens a lot. Let's be honest. But Donald Trump refused to rescind the order and bring him back to El Salvador. Of course, it went to court. Basically, a local court said, hey, it's illegal. Bring him back. The Supreme Court told him, bring that man back now and let him go through his due process. Trump is refusing to do that. So Garcia was wrongfully, unlawfully, and unconstitutionally deported to a prison in El Salvador. And this can happen to anybody under this type of rule. Now, this is a battle, people, not just for Elrego Garcia. I don't know him. Maybe he is an MS-13 terrorist. I don't know. The government seemed to believe he wasn't until they changed their mind later because they got heat. But I don't know him. But I respect and I uphold what I believe is our law to say he deserves his day in court. But Trump is doubling down on all this. He's doubling down. He's going against, of course, the U.S. Constitution and the Supreme Court all at the same time. Now they came up with another lame brain idea. They pulled something out of the hat. They're using what they call the state's secret privilege. They're invoking that. I don't know what it is. Now, it's interesting they would do this, people, because, let's be honest, we're going to bring some act up that's very seldom used to defend ourselves so we don't get in trouble. Well, we can't tell you what's going on. We can't show you the case files. We can't tell you anything. It's a state secret. See, if I was the judge, I'd send whatever I could out. The army, whatever I had in my means after hearing this bullshit, I'd be sending people to the door. I want to know what's going on here. This is in direct violation of our country's Constitution. Not a small matter, not about your opinion, especially an uneducated opinion. But let's be honest, Donald Trump does what Donald Trump wants to do. Now, here's what the Supreme Court actually said. This order properly requires the government to facilitate Elrego Garcia's release from custody in El Salvador and to ensure that his case is handled as it would have been had he not been deported improperly to El Salvador. Now, the order emphasized that the district court who had this case first, their order remains in effect. Bring him back. So what's interesting about this, that there was a meeting between Donald Trump and the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, okay, his buddy. They're buddies now. And remember, if you saw it on any of the news stations, there was a meeting. And Donald Trump said this. He said, in that meeting with Bukele in the Oval Office, Trump told the world he would be sending American citizens to prisons in El Salvador. So not only did he double down on a guy he illegally shipped out there, he wants to send American citizens to El Salvador. They're the bad ones. I don't care if they're the bad ones. They're American citizens. They still have rights. But folks on that side, the right side, they love this stuff. Somehow, these people on the right, some overnight, no, it wasn't overnight, right? It was over years. They were conditioned to be fascists. The conditioning is complete. They don't care if the Constitution stepped on. They don't care if freedom stepped on. They don't care if your right to free speech is stepped on. They don't care about anything except the things they want. Make America white again, right? I don't know. It makes no sense to me because I would think those people should be for the Constitution. That's what they claim. They have the flags on the back of their trucks. Oh, big signs, make America great again. But America's not great without a Constitution. Oh, did you miss that? Or maybe you missed school that day. So Trump wants to send American citizens that were basically sent to prison here to El Salvador. Now, I'm going to read something, and I know this guy. His name's Professor Timothy Snyder. He's written a lot of books, always about tyranny, autocracy, and dictatorships. Basically, he's written books all about Europe over the years, okay? The 20th century especially. And he had a book that just came out. Maybe it didn't just come out, but it's called Tyranny, 20 Lessons to Learn from the 20th Century. Now, he is a renowned expert, and believe me, he is, on autocracy, dictatorship, and tyranny. Now, this is a guy that is well-studied, well-learned, and understands the concepts of dictators, how it works, how they get there, why they got there. He wrote this. Listen. In this meeting with President Nayib Bukele today in the White House, President Donald Trump told his Salvadorian counterpart that homegrowns are next and that El Salvador would need to build about 5 more places, and what he meant was prisons, to hold American citizens. So the President of the United States proposes on camera to deport American citizens to foreign concentration camps. Autocracy, dictatorship, tyranny. In a way, I should drop the mic and walk out because what else can you say? He's been testing the boundaries of our Constitution since day one. In his first term, he couldn't do it. There were actually some smart people, not the best people, but smart people that have been in government, understood how it all works, and tried to pull the reins in so he didn't go full out crazy, or as we say, batshit crazy. But there's no one now. He made sure he brought in all the yes men and yes women that all agree with him on everything so that he can do what he wants with nobody. And I mean nobody to say no to him. This is a battle for the soul of America, people. Those of you that don't understand this, I don't get you. I don't. Then you are no friend of mine. And I hate saying that because literally, if you're for this type of stuff, then you missed what America's about. It's the only place that we have this type of protection and security. The only place in the world. Do you want to be going down a street and a van pulls up and you're thrown into the back of the van, disappeared? Or at your home, they come in, your wife and children, and they drag you out? Or at your place of employment, and there's no warrant, there's no court order to get you, and they can place you somewhere with no rights and send you off to another prison out of the country. That's what this is. That's what's happened here. It's not just about Garcia. This is just, again, a symptom. It's a symptom. It's a symptom of a country that now has turned its back on freedom, turned its back on its how it was created, the ideas that our founding fathers had of freedom, liberty for all. We're turning our back because we don't like brown people, illegal immigrants, again, gay people, transgender people. We don't care what you do with them. Just make sure we don't see them. I remember early on in Trump's campaign. He said he was going to fix homelessness. He was going to move the camps out of the cities into some rural area. That's a fix. That's a win. I won. Crazy talk. Batshit crazy talk. But those folks that support him don't care because they're getting what they want. Are you? Are you really? You can sleep at night because you think somehow you were right, that this is the guy fixing it all. Those colleges, just talked about this yesterday, those colleges and universities are teaching woke stuff, forcing our kids to listen to it. Then if you didn't teach your kids right, that's on you. I went to those liberal colleges too. Well, one liberal college. Yeah, I expanded my mind. I was different. But I'm a Christian. I believe what I believe. But I also believe the words of Jesus. Help those that were imprisoned, the foreigners, the outcasts, the people on the fringe of society. Not hate them, help them, pray for them. Try to take care of them somehow. But we've come to this world, to our country that's now, it's all ours. And you don't deserve it, and you don't belong here. We throw the word illegal around all the time. Donald Trump's all about legal, being legal. He's about making America safe again, although there's no statistical data that says we were any more in peril today than we were 10 years ago. But he made everybody believe it, didn't he? Now he's making you believe this guy, Elrego Garcia, to be this terrorist, and now they're doubling down on it. Well, he really is a terrorist. Again, a child acts this way. A child gets caught in a lie and then makes up another lie to fix the first lie. You like that? Then God help you. Listen, this is a very, very touchy subject to me. I believe in freedom. I believe that people that come here should be able to have freedom and be able to grow and be a help to this country, to be a benefit to this country. And many, many millions of immigrants are doing just that. And if you have a problem with them, so be it. The bottom line is you can't just get rid of people by dragging them out of their houses and putting them on planes to a outdoor prison camp, to a concentration camp in El Salvador. There's something really wrong about that. That's all the time I have. It is Friday. Going to enjoy the weekend. I hope you do too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. I appreciate your help in doing that. God bless you. Again, go over to our sister channel, Nights Around the Fire. A link in the description box. Take a look at that channel. You'll love it. Outside of that, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week, Monday, God willing, on the David Tomsic Show.